Let me zoom in a little bit, and then let me do this, and then let me do this, and then let me do... Yes. Well, that worked out really well, actually. I'm trying to show the background as much as I possibly can. This looks better. This looks better, I think. Yup. Yup. Okay. Okay. Ouch. Red, yes. Hi. Hi, hi. Best color? You mean in general, or you mean like on me? I mean, oh my god. Red is pretty cool. It's alright. Okay, ooh. Yes. Man, you're on time for one? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. I'm building my Lego that I spent $150 on yesterday. Okay, deserved though, because that's a lot of money. Both. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, I think, well, I kind of know, like my undertones are very like warm. They're like neutral, but they lean more towards warm. And so a lot of colors like this color, like an orange, like pastel oranges, and maybe like, not, I don't want to say neon, but kind of close. Orange and like pink and beige and brown and all this stuff, they always look really good on me because they complement my skin tone and my undertones and stuff. So like, I get it. But the sad thing is, because like this kind of, like these kinds of colors look good on me, I can't really wear, like, I can't wear dark blues. All right, first of all, it's not that I can't wear them. It's just, if I want to look, you know, not my best, I would wear these colors. So like dark blues, dark greens, gray, any... I think the only gray that looks good on me is a light gray. A light gray, but I have to like wear it with like a bunch of other colors too. Like I can't just wear it on its own. Any form of gray. Just like all those cool toned colors, they don't really look good on me. Like a dark orange. Halloween orange. I have to like make it kind of light. Jesus is king. That's my bro. That's my good pal. My brother in Christ. Sorry. It's a One Piece. Oh, it's a One Piece Lego ship. That's period. That's fun. That's fun and exciting. All gray fit. Yeah, they would have to be like a really, really light gray. It can't be a dark gray, because a dark gray would just look really bad. Okay, again, this is all just like personal preference and opinion, okay? Because I know what my undertones are, I don't want to wear anything that's going to make me look washed out. It's kind of the same, it's like a lot of things too. It's like I had to learn the hard way. You just learn through experience. But I don't look good with dark hair colors, like dark. So like this right now, it's like a brown. Okay, and I think this looks really good, but I do want to lighten it a little more. But like black hair, I can't tell you, like this chokehold black hair had on me for like years in high school. I don't know why no one told me it didn't look good. You know, maybe they're just letting me go through my experimental phase in high school. I had black hair for a while in high school, and I think it was, I tried to dye my hair black because I thought it looked fine. Okay, I didn't know it didn't look good. I thought it looked fine. And so I tried to dye my hair black again when I was like, I think when I was 22. Just thinking back on it, I'm like, man, What a horrible decision that was. I tried it one last time, realized it didn't look good at all. Now, you know, my developed brain at 22 compared to like 15, I was like, black hair doesn't look good on me at all. And so I kind of just let it like fade out. I don't remember what I did. What did I do? I'm trying to remember what I did. I like dyed it black, but then I also dyed the under part. I really wanted that, like, whatever they call it, underneath the bottom part. I wanted it blonde. And so I did that, but then I only had that hair for, I have to say it was probably for like 6 or 7 months. And then I went and got it highlighted for like the first time. Highlighted, but when I walked in, I told her I wanted a balayage and she gave me highlights instead. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is my life. But it didn't look bad. Like, it looked really nice. It actually, like, it made me glow up times, like, 5. Okay, and this was, like, back in 2022. And since then, like, after seeing, like, that difference between having dark hair and then having, like, these highlights and make my hair, like, this brown color, I was like, I think I have to stick to this for, like, the rest of my life. And so I've been, like, constantly kind of making it light since then. I still really want to drive to those color panel places to see what color suits you so badly. The color analysis, me too. I want to know the specifics. Like, I want to get really, really down into it. I'm still convinced K-pop fan is Coral in disguise. I don't think she would be in disguise. I think she would just come straight in. Not the one you embarrass yourself in front of your favorite girl. Okay, the crazy thing about that is that that clip, well, that concert was a long time ago. It was actually almost a year ago. It's been almost a year since I seen Ascent. Like, they need to go on tour quick. Like, quick. All right, I don't care if we're in the smallest venues that only hold, like, 70 people. I think they need to go on tour. Me, selfishly, I want Ascent to go on a US tour. If they go to 6 stops and they're the tiniest venues you've ever seen, who cares? I'm there. I want them to go. Because it's been almost a year since I've seen them, and I just miss them so bad. I miss them so bad. Anyways, I can't tell you why. Earlier I was like doing some stuff and I just, well, okay, no, I've actually just been in like an Ascent kind of mood these days. So I've been watching like everything that involves Ascent, which is not much, but it's, I'm getting what I can. And so earlier I just kind of was like, I'm feeling like I want to see Ascent, and I remembered, you know, my vlog. I was like, I have a vlog, so I go back and watch it to relive the memories. And so I'm watching through it, and then that part comes up, and I'm like, oh yeah, because like I know that happened, like, you know, and I think about it like time to time, but it's just so funny because like I haven't really watched the clip of it in a long time. And so I was like, wait, it's like, because it's kind of funny. It's funny, but it's like, it gives me secondhand embarrassment because like I'm reliving that moment, and it was, the thing that makes it more embarrassing is the fact that there was only like total amount of people in the crowd was like 50 or 60 max. All right, there wasn't even 100 people in this crowd. It was really, really empty. And I'm like kind of in this I think I was classified as second row because of how they were, oh, sorry, how we were standing in the crowd. But it was just that these girls were in front of me at the barricade, and I was standing maybe like 5 or 6 feet away from them so that like I could get good angles of the stages, because if I'm too close I can't get good angles at all. So I back up like 6 feet, and I'm standing in the back, but like there's nobody in front of me and there's nobody behind me, and there's really nobody to like the right of me or the left of me except this older lady that like kind of adopted me at the concert. Anyways, so I'm like, I'm standing there and there's like no one around me, okay? And there's like nobody in this venue. So can you imagine like how extra embarrassing it is when this moment happened, like at the concert, and then they all know to look at me because the sound is coming from this side, right? And I'm the only one there. It just makes me relive the embarrassment that happened. Luckily, they all laughed. Okay, I actually really like that Kyle was laughing the most, because from behind the camera, like, you, even though you can hear the fact that I'm distraught, um like, behind the camera, like, as soon as I said that, I was like, oh, and then I, like, covered my mouth. So, like, I had my phone in one hand and I covered my mouth with the other hand, and then I started laughing. I, like, looked down and I started laughing, but I'm still recording, like, up like this, and then I, like, look up at them and I can see, I think I made eye contact with, I don't remember who it was one of the members. And so I, like, look up at them and I was like, I went like this and I was like, sorry. And, like, and then I went back down and I started laughing. And I think that's why Kyle started laughing, because I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, please ignore me, I'm sorry. And then we all moved on, but it was just a little embarrassing, I will say. Ah. Anyways, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Go watch it. Sorry, I love to yap. I love to yap. If I don't talk, it's because I'm doing construction of a pirate ship. Oh, that's fine. That's totally fine. I really want one of those, it's a Lego set, but it's the flowers, or like the tree, or like the, not the bouquet. Bouquet? How do you say that word? Anyways, not the bouquet of flowers, but the, like the cherry blossoms or the bonsai. Oh my god. I really want one of those. I heard the 17 was touring, and I was like, as long as you don't come here in Georgia, I'm okay. So my friend. Aren't they, though? Aren't they going to? Ah, I keep seeing your message, and then you retract it. My queen, I missed you. I'm back. I can't believe. I was thinking about, right before I started streaming, I was like, how long has it been since I've done one of these streams? I think it was like a week and a half ago. It was like a long time ago. Ish. And I was just like, man, I feel so bad. I didn't mean for it to, like, be that long. Just wanted to say hi. I have to go because I have to go to bed for school tomorrow. Oh, love and miss you lads. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good night, and I hope you have a good day at school tomorrow. I know it's Monday. It's Monday. I hate Mondays. I hate Mondays. I hate Mondays. Are you Chinese? No. No, I am not. Anyways, what was I yapping about? I don't know. Guess I have to find something new to yap about. My favorite YouTuber? Oh, hi. Hi. I actually... I'm trying not to yawn. At some point, maybe I'll try it this week, but I don't know. I really want to set a sub goal of 1,500 subscribers. That would be funny. That would be really funny. Yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of close to 1,400. And I'm tired and yawning. But I really want to try to hit 1,500 by, I don't know, the next 2 weeks. Is that plausible? Maybe I do by the end of October. I do 1,500 subscriber goal. Not that anyone watches my videos anyways. I see all of you. I see the 50 views on my videos and how I have way more subscribers than that. I love Mondays. I'm glad you like Mondays. I just don't like Mondays. Probably for, like, the obvious reason. The obvious reason of, like, it's after the weekend. And, you know, you kind of have to, like, get back into... I don't know why. The weekends are not that long. But having 2 days... It's... Here's my thought process on it. It's like, I get into the routine of going to work every day for the weekday, right? And so, like, by the end of the week, I'm in the routine. And then the weekend comes and I'm like, oh my God. And I just let that routine go because, like, it's the weekend. We're not doing anything on the weekends. But then, even though it's only 2 days, it's enough time to just mess up my entire, like, routine schedule. And so Mondays is, like, trying to get back into, like, that weekday schedule. that I worked so hard to build up all week and just kind of came crashing down over the weekend. So I really hate Mondays for that. For that reason. That's all. It's just because it's like, it's the one day where you can feel that everything is just kind of out of place. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I wasn't doing this earlier. I'll tell you that right now. Monday's cool because it's the last day before payday. Really? I mean, if you like Mondays, you know, I want to be like you. You make me yawn. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I really am. I mostly watch the lives more because I like having our daily nighttime talks. Yeah, the lives have been really fun. They've been really fun. But I'm just saying, the videos are cool sometimes too. It's a fresh start and unexpected. That's true. I mean, it's like you never know what happens throughout the week, you know? But I'd much rather just deal with it when I get there instead of trying to be like, oh, what could happen, you know? Someone's tired. I kind of am. I would love to just punch myself in the face. Eh. I am a little tired. I still feel like I'm trying to readjust after my long like week of traveling. I wasn't even traveling. It was just that I traveled. So I went to Phoenix and I was in Phoenix for a week for like a conference. And like, even though I stayed in Phoenix that whole time, it's like, it was still really busy. And then I came back and then I went to Denver immediately. And then I like, that was such a short trip. I think I didn't really have time to like adjust to it or process it or anything. And so I feel like I'm still really just trying to like recuperate from that whole experience. If I got another Lego, I'd get the cactus Legos with the little pots. Yes, I'm telling you, those little, the ones that are all like plants. The ones that look like buildings look a little nice, but I don't know if I would, because I'm thinking I build them and then I like put them on display somewhere, you know? But like if it's a building, it's like huge. And like, where do I put that on display? And it's all Legos. Like, I don't know. If I was to get something that was like a building to display, I think I would get something that like looked a little bit more cleaner than a Lego. But I really like the plants. Your hair looks amazing today. Oh, thanks. I worked so hard. Not really, but I don't know. I've been having issues with it all day, so yeah. Yeah. You do look good. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Thanks. I keep trying not to yawn. Ah, okay. I remember seeing the Avengers Lego tower and I'm looking at it online like that'll take me forever to build. Yeah, see, I don't mind like building it. It's just the end product is like what kind of makes me think about like, do I want to buy it or anything? Because after I build it, what do I do? Like, what do I do with it? So I'm trying to mind control myself. I'm not tired. You don't need to yawn. Not tired. Hello again, good to see you. Hi! Oh my gosh. The gang is pulling up. Hi everyone. Do you know Stray Kids? No, I don't. No, I don't. What's your favorite movie? You know what? I don't know if... It depends, I think, on what you're asking about. Favorite movie. I know that sounds crazy because you just like just pick a favorite movie. But I'm trying not to yawn. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know if I have a favorite movie based on like plot or like acting or like directing or anything. I like to watch The Hunger Games a lot, but I don't know why. Well, maybe that's I like that movie just in general. Just the first Hunger Games though, not the rest of them. The rest of them are cool, but like I really like the first one. Um but I also really like this one movie. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger. Um Sorry. I didn't try to fight that one. Another movie I used to really watch a lot was it's called Jawbreaker. It's actually a really nasty. No, it's not nasty. It's not nasty. It's just kind of like it's a little crazy, but I can't tell you why. I think I really really liked that movie. Um I think it was because it was set in like um how do you say it? They were supposed to be from like the 90s. And I just loved their like style and the way that like they kind of existed in that time period. Not necessarily for like the plot of the movie because it's crazy. Um but I just really really loved that whole just like era. I think it was the 90s. It had to have been. I think it came out the year I was born. I should look. I haven't seen it in a long time. I should watch it. Like I said, it's not it's kind of a crazy movie, but it was good. Eh. Oh yeah, no, it came out the year I was born. Wait, it's only an hour and a half long. I could watch it. What? I can't imagine how it's gonna be when you get married and have to plan your wedding and honeymoon details. Your poor planner will have it rough because of how deep you are. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not that detailed. Oh my god, speaking of getting married, not saying that well, I think I'm at that age. It's got to be because of my age. I'm getting old, okay? Um Try not to yawn. But like I think I'm just at that age where like all I can think about is like how nice would it be to be married? You know, like I'm in no position to get married at all. Actually. Um but I always think about that. I'm like I think it would be really nice to be married, and then like sometimes I do think about like oh like what would a wedding be like, and like honeymoon, honestly, I don't really care. I don't necessarily care about like an extravagant honeymoon. They say a honeymoon is just like a few days away with like your newlywed partner. You know, like we could just go to like a city, stay in like a nice place or something and call that a honeymoon. I don't really care. I'm not that, you know, not that picky when it comes to the honeymoon. But when like the wedding and stuff, sometimes I always think about like I think it'd be really nice to have a wedding. But also would it? The 90s era is crazy. The music is amazing. Yeah, the 90s had pretty good music. I remember I grew up on a lot of that because my parents were big fans of the 90s music. What's going on? I'm talking about I was talking about my favorite movie. And I was talking about a movie that I liked in general. Well, it's I still say it's one of my favorite movies even though I don't know if it is. But only because it was set in the 90s, like the late 90s, and I really really love that era of like styling and fashion and just kind of the way they like interacted with each other and stuff. It was I really like that. She doesn't like Stray Kids. Yeah, people told you over and over and you were still asking. Hello, hi. Okay. Um I hate to say it, one of the girls in this movie, I thought she was, well, in the movie, her in the movie, I was like, if I could aspire to be like anybody at that point in time, it would be like her. Like, she was just so good. I was a big fan of her. I also thought the other girl was really pretty, but like I didn't really like her personality in the movie. I'll say. I should rewatch this movie. I'm a big fan. Okay, I might rewatch it. I'll find it somewhere and watch it. Phil caught what? I can see it now on your wedding, and then as you walk down the aisle, you hear them playing X. Okay, okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I love your earrings, by the way. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. I wore these to the 1Us concert in Chicago. I'm a little sad that like they didn't show that much because of my hair and stuff. I wanted them to show like really well in my photos and whatnot, but my bangs. Oh, anyways, I because I make everything about 1Us, right? I do think I would try to throw a little whoever I'm marrying is gonna know that I'm just a big 1Us fan. Like they're going to know. Right? Because they have to be okay with that. I don't care. If they hate 1Us, then they're not for me. I'm telling you right now. Like they're gonna know that I'm a big 1Us fan. And so they're probably gonna know that I'm gonna try to throw in something 1Us themed anywhere in the wedding. And I think if I were to have it anywhere in the wedding, it would be... I would definitely throw it in the queue. I would throw it in the queue for the reception. Once we get past all that, like, I don't even know how weddings go. I'll be honest, I've only been to one wedding in my entire life. People don't really get married where I'm from. Like, they do, but they're like courthouse weddings. They're not like cute, nice weddings. And so I haven't really been to a wedding. So I'm only going off of based of, I said that really wrong. I'm going based off what I see in like TV in movies. And so I'm assuming after all like the sappy like music and dancing and kind words at the reception, we get down to the party aspect, right? Where we're clubbing at my wedding. Wait, that'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. We're clubbing at my wedding. DJ's playing. I'm like, you need to cue these songs in, and I put like 5 1Us songs in there. That's probably where I would do it. I'm pretty sure. Because by that point, it's like everyone who doesn't want to do like the club part will leave. And then everyone who wants to stay for the club part will be there and be like, you guys know I'm a big 1Us fan anyways. Another concert, how many have you been to? What other concert? When? You would be the best in a John Hughes movie? Your personality is so true to that era. Wait, what? Do you not live in the US? I do. If you got married, you would not do live chats. You don't think so? You think once I get married, I'll stop? It depends. It really depends. I mean, like I said, I'm truly in no position to be getting married right now. So, like, we don't even have to worry about that anyways. But, like, maybe by the time I do get married, maybe I will kind of, like, step away from streaming in general. I don't know. You know? Like, because when is that gonna be? Like, I could run into the love of my life tomorrow and get married in, like, a year. I don't know. That seems really unlikely, but, like, just, you know. Because I listen to a lot of love songs and I have a playlist in my head, perfect songs that I want on my wedding. See, I should do that, but I'm a team player. So I would hate to, like, curate this whole playlist of, like, things that, like, songs I want to play on my wedding. And then, like, I talk about it with, like, my future husband or, you know, future husband. And he looks at my playlist and doesn't like any of them. But then, like, I also am not the type of person to, like, be like, okay, well, that's just too bad. We're going to play them anyways. It's not my way or the highway. I'm a team player, and I'm like, I would love for them to also put songs on there that they would like. And I also would love for them to be like, I don't want to play this if it's on my playlist, you know? Like, we'd curate it together. So even though I would love to make a playlist, at the same time, I know it's probably going to be incredibly different. when it comes to that point of discussing the playlist. Getting married, a whole different life. I know. It's like a whole, being married is like a whole new era of your life, you know? Like that's another chapter. Like we're starting a new chapter. Don't get married then. You can't keep leaving us. Okay, like I said, the most insane thing that could happen is I could meet the love of my life tomorrow. But at the very least, very least, we could probably get married in like 8 months if it was the love of my life tomorrow. So at least we have like 8 more months of me, right? Finding a partner takes time and people shouldn't be rushing it. That is so true. I try to remind myself that all the time because like I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl and sometimes I just feel a little lonely and sad, especially seeing other people my age like kind of being in that situation where they're like they have long-term relationships or they're like engaged or married or starting families. And it's not really that like I want to be that. It's more just like I want to have that. It's not that I want that at my age, it's just I would love to have that in general. And it just makes me sad knowing that I just don't have that. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, my time will come eventually. When? Not sure, but eventually. If you got married, you would be bored. Okay, then I wouldn't have married the right person. If I'm married and I'm bored, that would be sad. Haven't been here in a while. Oh my god, welcome back. Welcome back. He loves everything about you at that level of getting married. True. That's true. The song that I love to play at my wedding is called Heaven Without You. Wait, that would be so cute. Yeah, there's the other thing about a wedding and a reception is you have to find a song you can do a first dance to. And then I hate to say that it's only awkward to me because in my family we don't really show affection for each other. And so I know traditionally you're supposed to have a first dance with your dad. I would be like, "Hey dad, what's up?" I think it would be awkward for the both of us. We would kind of be like, you know? And so I feel like I would need a song that's like, it's upbeat enough to have a first dance to, but sentimental enough with like my partner, but also to have it like not be so awkward to do it with my dad, you know, to have the dance with my dad. Because I think he would enjoy something that's a little festive, but also that it's a little heartfelt. I don't know. Weddings are just a lot. They're just a lot. The kidney round is over. What's your highest standard? Ooh, wait, what do you mean? Like, wait, that's such an open-ended question. Or Alex Sampson's song called Like the Rain. Ooh. No, because if I had it my way, it would be a Wanna song. I would, but that's the problem is like nobody knows what these lyrics mean except for me because I looked them up. So like the song I really, really like from Wanna's with lyrics that just feel so romantic are it's Red Thread. It's off their first album and they're pretty much just talking about the concept of the red thread, which I know what it is, it's just hard to explain it. The soulmate, you know, where like you're connected to your soulmate by a red thread and no matter where you go, like it'll always be, I don't know. That's what the whole song is about. It's called Red Thread. Duh. But I would love to play that one, but again, no one's gonna know what they're saying except for me. Unless they play the lyrics up on a screen and then we're like dancing. What's your type? Okay, this actually really varies though, because I have a type when it comes to like physical appearance, and I have a type when it comes to like personality. And I think a lot of times they don't really match. Because I've never really seen it match. I'll be really honest. I will say I've been realizing lately, okay, lately for sure, um, that I tend to like, or I gravitate towards guys. Like, I tend to find them a little bit more, I'll say attractive, but I use the word lightly. Like, I think that they just, um, how do I say it's not that I'm like attracted to them, but like I just think it's attractive in general when guys are like, how do I say? Number one, when they're nerds, but not in like like they're super smart or like geeky or anything like that too. Um, but I mean it by like I really, really love when a guy has like there's a specific thing that he really likes and he's just so knowledgeable in it and like he just constantly talks about it and wants to tell everyone about it. But not in like a really like arrogant way, but like you can tell every time someone lets him talk about it, like he just lights up and like wants to just keep rambling. I think that's adorable. It's like so adorable to me because like just having something like that interests you so much like that and then like you just light up every time you're able to share it with people. Anyways, so that's kind of what I mean by like nerds. Okay, like they're just so nerdy over like this one or two or three things. Like they just love this thing, and it could be anything. They could be a big baseball fan, you know, and just really love this team, like have been a fan of this team for a long time, and every time that they get to talk about this team, they're like super excited. I'm like, you tell me everything you know about this because I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen. Um, would a jock work? What do you mean? I still only listen to one a song. You need to listen to more. I honestly pray I get out of K-pop when I get married. It's just a phase, right? Honestly, hopefully, it depends though. The butterfly lamp behind you is getting the exact same one. Oh, really? Your true love, I feel, will be very attentive and touchy-feely. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. If they're too touchy, I'm gonna be like, brother, you need to leave me alone. Leave me alone for like 5 seconds. You'll be fine. I love that trait too. Me too. Ah, I'm missing all the because my type in anime is like all the emo characters, and then there's my boyfriend IRL, and he's like a golden retriever. See, that's what I'm saying. What if I meet someone he's like the entire opposite? Well, okay. I should dive into that because that's important. Would you be passionate about his interests as much as he would with yours, including sports? Yeah. Yeah, like I don't at the end of the day, I believe that relationships are really just well, this is how I feel. I guess everyone doesn't feel this way. But I think that the basis of a relationship should just be friendship, you know? Like it should I don't want to say it should feel like we're like friends or whatever, but I think we should be able to get along like friends in a relationship. Um and just know how to be comfortable with each other as people outside of like all the romance and stuff. And it's kind of something that I do with all my friends anyways, is like, you know, like they let me talk about everything that I like, and so it's like obviously like I like listening to things that they're interested in and all this stuff on a normal basis, okay? Normally. Um and so yeah, like if he had something he was just super passionate about and everything, I would be like, yeah, like fill me in. Fill me in so like I can like be supportive of you in the things that you like. I light up every time I get to share medical facts with my friends. It's really random, but I'm knowledgeable about random medical stuff. Really? You should share some with the class. You look so cute with the red. Thanks. That's what someone said earlier. I think I'm into someone that's the opposite of me. I like having a balance, and also I think it can help both of us check on each other. That's the other thing too, is people say that it's like this strange discourse, and I think I'm still trying to find which side I lean to more because as I mentioned as I mentioned earlier, even though I think I like I have this type where like I really like nerdy guys in that sense of like, you know, they just nerd out on specific things. At the same time, there's also another type that it's like not the same, but I also tend to be kind of attracted to, but like I don't want to be. So, um, and but like I've heard that like the nerdy types, I think they like their personalities are more similar to mine. Like that's just how I am too. Um, Whereas like this other type that I like don't really want to be attracted to, but I just kind of find myself being attracted to is like the opposite. But to me, I'm like, I don't know if an opposite would do well. Like I feel like we would clash way too much as opposites as opposed to being similar. But there's like this whole discourse of like you should date somebody or you should be with somebody who's the opposite of you to complement and balance and all this stuff. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out which one I like more, I guess. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I hate having favorite characters in anime because the hot men always die. But then again, I always watch a dark killing anime. Okay, that's valid. Touchy is not really a thing for me. I only like pats on the head or hugs if someone needs it. See, I think I like physical affection, but like I'm not good at giving it and I'm not really good at receiving it. Is that bad? Or is that like contradictory? Um like I do like to give it, but like not a lot. Like, I don't try to give it all the time, but I'm also really bad at receiving them. And so I think in that aspect, if somebody was like super physically affectionate, I would be like, you're bothering me. You are straight up bothering me. You need to leave me alone. I know a lot. If I were to share it, it would become a 5-paragraph essay. Oh my god. What's your favorite perfume? I think you'd like citrusy or floral, maybe even a woody type of... Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy because I do like a sweet smelling perfumes. I do like when they have a bit of a sour smell, like probably the citrusy, but I also really love like wood scents. But I like wood scents on like a guy. I think that smells amazing. I'm surprised you aren't married. You seem so kind and knowledgeable. Okay, well, I also have standards. I realistically, if I wanted to be married, I probably could be. But then I probably would be married to somebody I don't want to be married to. You know? I'm also trying to figure out my type personality-wise. I have an easier time describing my ideal type physically. You know what? Kind of same. I actually think I have an ideal type personality-wise. Physically, though, I think I'm really starting to see the types of traits that I like. And it's so funny. Marriage is about fate, in my opinion. I don't think it has anything to do with being likable or not. It'll happen in the right time. See, that's what I think too. I don't think, even though sometimes it's like that thought enters my head of like, maybe I think it's just a side effect. Okay, it's a side effect of like not really, being single and alone. That sometimes I start to question myself. Like, am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? Like, do I not offer enough? Like, am I just too, like, I start kind of getting insecure about myself because I see all these other people. Now, not to put anyone down, but I do see people in like lesser situations than me, right? And like those people also are in like relationships and they're married and have families and stuff. And so it's like, it kind of makes me think, is like, is it actually me? Like, do I have a problem? Like, what is going on? But then I like, kind of go back to that thought of like, well, I don't think it's anything that has to do with me physically, right? Because again, I get insecure. I'm just a girl, right? I'm just a girl. I get insecure about myself sometimes, especially like my appearance and stuff. And so I always try to think of like, well, I don't think it's because of that. I think it's just like, I do believe that there's somebody out there who is like 100% for me, and I'm 100% for them. And it's just not the time yet for us to like meet or be together or anything like that. And so I have to like really just kind of drill that into my mind. Like, it's just not my time yet. But sometimes I wish it was. I really wish it was my time. But I trust in like timing and everything. Um, like maybe there's like more events in my life that I have to go through, maybe on my own, that like I can't do with a partner or anything, and I have to just, you know, live through them by myself, and then I'll get to that point. But it's just sad sometimes. Okay, I want to be all cute and romantic like everyone else. The torrential downpour outside is just, oh my god. I still think my love language is quality time. Really? I keep thinking that. Thank you. I used to think the same thing. Two of my family members are close to my age, they're 25 and 23, and they're already married, and one of them's having a baby. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I think that too. It's like, it's not that I want a kid. I'll be honest. How should I put this? I do want kids, but at the same time, I don't. You know? Like, I feel like at my age, I'm battling. Like, I do want kids, but at the same time, I don't want kids. Because it's a little selfish to bring a child into a world that's like so. But I guess the world is always uncertain. It was probably uncertain when I was born, and like, you know, I'm this old now. But at my age and like where I am in my life, I know I can't be having kids right now, but then I'm also just getting older. And by the time I'm like 30, am I even gonna want kids anymore? I don't know. Don't worry about the way you look. You're beautiful. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, no, sometimes it just gets into my head, you know? Like, I see other people, and I'm like, how come I can't have that? And then I start thinking, like, is it because of me? Like, do I have a problem? My boyfriend's physical touch. Physical touch and quality time? Wait. That's kind of slay. Feeling insecure about yourself is one of the worst feelings. It really is. It really is. I think, luckily, I've matured enough to know that my insecurities are really just, like, vaguely put, they're just my own weaknesses. You know, just kind of showing themselves. And so, like, I try to use my insecurities as, like, ways to motivate myself to just be better in those areas. Now, I don't, well, kind of, because then when I get insecure about, like, my looks and, like, physically, the way I look and stuff, I always try to, like, try a new hairstyle or try, like, a new makeup, like, just a change in makeup or something. So, at least there's that. But when it comes to, like, skills and, like, abilities and stuff, I always try to use it as motivation to, like, then make myself better, you know? I'm like, well, I'm only insecure about this thing because I'm not as good as I want to be. So I should work on it to be better. But, like, it still sucks. It still sucks to, like, feel that, like, you're not doing your best in anything, or, like, you know. I'll raise cats, no babies. True. I think kids are part of fate, too. I know. I would just hate to have a kid when I'm, like, 36. Like, if I don't have a kid by, like, 33, I think I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna call it like that. It's okay. The world doesn't need kids from me. It's okay. Foster care, you get to build a relationship with the child, but they don't have to stay forever. Or adoption, when you're ready and when you know you can. See, adoption, I might. A problem I have, because sometimes I think about foster care, but I also get really attached to things. I don't know if I get attached to them easily, but like when I get attached to something, I'm like attached. And so it's really hard to let go. So I think foster care would be a little hard, because imagine I'm like, there's a child in my care, right? And they're there temporarily, but you don't know how long they're gonna stay. Imagine I get attached to this kid and then they gotta leave. All right, that's gonna like break my heart. So I think foster care is a little too fast paced for me. But adoption, I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't. Or you don't have to have them at all. That's true. I remember in high school I had those same thoughts and forced myself to have interest in men since my friends all had guys they were talking to. Yeah, see, that's the other thing too. Did you trim your bangs? Maybe. That's such a bad answer. I think I trimmed them. Did I? I want to say I trimmed them since the last time I streamed. I think I might have done it right before I went to Phoenix, but I can't remember if I did. But I'll say I did, because I feel like I did. Right? Yeah. I I think so. What's your favorite season of the year? I'm a winter fan. I love the winter time. Now, I'm well, I guess the older I get, the more I see why I like the winter time. I used to just like the winter because my birthday is in the winter, and I love my birthday. It's like my favorite day of the entire year. Um, and so it's like every winter I get to look forward to my birthday coming around. Um, but like as I get older, I realize that I don't like the heat. I don't like the heat at all. I don't like being hot myself. Okay. Springtime, it's like I don't like it. Maybe it's just where I live, but I don't like how inconsistent the weather is. I don't like that it's hot sometimes. I don't like that it's really cold sometimes. I don't like that it's sometimes snowing and then sometimes it's like a beautiful day. Too inconsistent. I also have allergies, so it's allergy season. Um, and then the fall time, it's like it stays hot for too long. And then when it finally starts getting cold, it's pretty much winter time already. Like I don't even pay attention to the fall. Like I like the cooler days, but like we have those very rarely in the fall. Like it's just hot and then all of a sudden it's just cold. So, I think I just like the winter the most. I love when it snows. I love when it snows. I'm a big fan. Ah, I took allergy meds 2 hours ago. My nose is already running again. Oh my god. I don't think I'm sick. I just have terrible allergies. That's fair. What's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aquarius sun. I know my moon and rising sign if you want to know. I only like the summer because everything's so green and looks alive. That's true. The thing I like the most about the summer is like the longer days. Okay. Because TMI, a little bit of a TMI, I have seasonal depression. So like ironic because I love the winter time, but like I can't handle the lack of sunlight that we get. So the summertime, I love that there's so much daylight and like you can do things so far into like the evening and it's fine. I also love summer evenings because they're so nice and cool. But other than that, it's like that's kind of it. What? It actually never stopped. Oh, this is random, but I gotta ask because of the stream title. Are you a Star Wars fan? By proxy, my it was more so that like my dad is a big Star Wars fan, and then my brother became a really big Star Wars fan, and so like, you know, they've been a Star Wars fans for like a long time. So just kind of being around them in their conversations, I kind of know a lot about Star Wars. Anyways. I always had a runny nose as a kid. Two things that helped me a lot was taking a shower, because you smell and breathe in warm steam, or drink warm liquids. Wow, I should remember that. I think I'm gonna take a break from the Lego set. My eyes are crossing. I think I'm losing it. Oh god, yeah. Sometimes you need to just reset your eyes. Here in the Philippines, there's only 2 seasons, rainy season and summer. Imagine almost 6 months of random rain and still have to go to school. I mean, that's kind of sometimes I do think about like the different climates in other places. Um, it. I really thought about this when I went to Korea, and it's like wintertime in Korea. Okay, and I'm like a little mad because, well, was I? I don't know. It's just wintertime in Korea. Um, Now I will say I love the winter time, but about like February-ish, I start getting tired of like the cold and the snow. I just want it to be warm for a little bit, just a little bit. So when I went to Korea, I was kind of already sick and tired of like the cold. But we also had just been like we'd gone through this like week of just bitter cold where I was, like where I live. So when I went to Korea, I was a little excited to be in warmer weather. It was warm compared to where I live. Um, it just felt warmer. However, so I go and like I learned it doesn't really snow in Korea that much. Like it's I don't want to say it's rare. It's just not frequent. So I was also looking forward to not having any snow while I was there because I was like, it hardly snows over here. I'm so excited. And so, can you imagine the day after I land, right? So it's the Friday. We're gonna go out and look around, and it's snowing. I was like, I thought you guys didn't get snow over here. What is this? And it fell all day. Now it was like a wet snow, so like every time it landed, it didn't really stick. I think the most that stuck was like an inch, and that was it. But it was mostly just really slushy, which is another problem on its own. But um, it was snowing, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" I thought it didn't snow. And the friend I went with, she's actually from Hong Kong, and she was telling me that it hardly snows where she lives. Now, I can't tell you where I thought Hong Kong was, but I didn't think that that was an issue. And she was like, yeah, she's like, I haven't seen snow in such a long time. And I was like, huh? Because 2 days before I left my house, it was snowing. And so I was like, oh, I was like, well, this must be really exciting. Now, mind you, I was mad because I was like, why is it snowing? Um, but she was really excited. She loved the snow. And it really just made me think, oh, and also, it was so funny. Um, it was the day before, yeah, it was that Friday. And I had Lido's from, I think, Lido and Soho's from, but Lido sent a message on from, and he was like, "Hey guys, be careful of the snow today. It's snowing a lot." And it like, I thought it was so funny because it really wasn't that much snow. It was falling all day, and like the roads were slushy, but like it really wasn't that bad. But he was like on from, he was like, "Guys, be careful if you're driving. There's a lot of snow out." And I was like, "Oh," and it just really put it in perspective for me. I was like, the fact that like to some people this is a lot of snow. To me, this is like another like Tuesday afternoon. It was Friday, but like it really just made me think. 20 minutes past my bedtime. Oh, I have a bedtime I set for myself, so I don't. Yes, you should. You should. Why is my nose burned though? Um, no, I don't think it's COVID. I think it's probably just. It could be because it's just so congested. I'm trying not to yawn. Try not to yawn. That's a lie. Every time it's December or January, I see so many groups that have a snow day every year, and I'm questioning what universe they live in Korea. I'm convinced their snow is fake. Well, I think like it snows in Korea, but it doesn't snow often. So I can't really even put it into perspective for me. Like for me, in the wintertime, it snows like every 2 days. And if it doesn't snow for like more than 2 days, it's like, oh, global warming's coming to get us. Cause like, you know, it snows pretty frequently. Um, and so I guess for me, like looking there, like it doesn't snow that much. Maybe like once every 2 weeks or so. I just know that when I went to Korea, it hadn't snowed there for like 2 or 3 weeks. So everyone was kind of surprised that it was snowing. And I was mad. I was like, why is it snowing? I thought it was supposed to be nice and beautiful. But it was really nice because the day after, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. We went to the palace, the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And it was so pretty because the snow was on the ground. Like there was just this layer of snow at the palace, and it was just beautiful. It was so beautiful. So I guess there was a pro. You look like Lino. That's a lie. In the past, I thought snowing so magical, but now I see many people living in cold places complain it's not so magical sounding now. Yeah, I mean, in order for it to snow, it has to be cold. So you can't really have it all. The cold, like, I'm okay with it until it starts getting below 0. Then now that's just too much. We don't need to be doing all that. I get a sprinkle of salt for a snow day. It never snows for us in Georgia. That's fair, though. That's fair. My mom grew up in Ashton, which is an incredibly cold part of Idaho. They get tons of snow. My mom has Polaroid photos of her in the snow with like 4 feet of snow on the ground. Really? Like, so like more north? I can't tell. Oh my God. Okay. So, I used to live, how do I want to say it? Well, I guess okay. So I used to live in Minnesota. Okay. And Minnesota compared to where, the part I lived in Minnesota compared to where I live right now, it's like, it's further north. And I don't know if anyone has ever really noticed this, but the further north you go, the crisper the air is, especially in the wintertime. And so it's like such a crazy feeling, low key, because it could be the same temperature, but it's gonna feel colder the further north you are than compared to like if you're like further south. And so when I was living in Minnesota, the winters were rough. They were so cold. I was like, bruh. So I was a little excited when I moved back to where I live now because it's not that cold here. Like, it's still cold, but it's not that cold. But yeah, no, it's like cold up that way. Like, what the heck? Much towards the Canadian border. Yeah, Canada's cold. I went to Winnipeg in May. Now, you would expect like May to be like summertime. It was still cold. I was like, it is May 18th. It's like 40 something degrees out. What is going on, Canada? It's 30 minutes past my bedtime. Probably, oh, I'm going to probably chat with AI for like 45 minutes trying to fall asleep. All right, bye. Thanks for hanging out today. Ain't nobody trying to live down south for real. Honestly, respect to those who do live down south. I do not like the humidity. The furthest south I could probably live, I've learned. I really liked Phoenix because it was hot, but that's all it was. There was no humidity in the air because it's like desert heat. I was a huge fan. I would love to live in Arizona. Now, New Mexico is iffy because Albuquerque is up on a mountain. I don't know if I... Trying to live at like 7,000 feet in elevation is like insane. I think the desert is probably a little bit better. I wouldn't mind Phoenix, low-key. Utah is a big no. They wouldn't accept me in Utah. Nevada, it depends. That's also really desert-y, I think. Colorado wouldn't be bad, but that's also way in the mountains. What, negative degree weather? Yeah. I prefer someplace where the seasons are balanced if it's possible. I think the most balanced seasons you could probably get are like... probably Colorado. Wyoming, maybe. Maybe. Or Albuquerque. Kind of like those states. Because everywhere else is like you're gonna be kind of in danger. Oh my God. I don't work tomorrow, but my body winds down to sleep around 2 a.m. anyways. Oh, that's not bad. But one advantage of being in a snowy place is that you would randomly encounter snakes and scorpions, as well as centipedes in the road and gardens. Unlike here. Wait, is that you wouldn't? Texas is the worst. It's like living in a boiling pot. Okay, yeah. You've lost me there. I will never be in Texas, sorry. Well, I don't mind visiting Texas, but I don't know if I would live in Texas. Like it'd have to be a really prime spot, and like nothing about Texas seems prime to me. Because you have one half of the state that's like just prime tornado alley. No, thank you. And then the other half of the state that is like, yeah, quite literally living in like a boiling pot. It's just so humid and hot. Nothing really appeals to me. Maybe El Paso. I don't really know anything about that part of the state. It might be okay. I don't know. Sorry. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. I told Coral that too. She thinks Chicago's worse in here than Texas. Chicago's really not that bad. It's when you go in like certain weather events. But when like you're not there in like a certain weather event, then it's like fine. Like I feel like every time I've been to Texas, it's been just hot. Sometimes humid. The last time I went to Texas was, I think it was like 3 years ago. Wait, that's a lie. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to you. I went last year to see Ive, but I went in March. It actually wasn't that bad out. It was really nice out, but it was March. But I went to Houston in January, and I remember being so baffled that I could walk outside without a jacket on, or I had like one sweater, and like that was fine, because it was like 65 degrees out or almost 70. I'm like, it's like January. Like, this is insane. But it was also more of a culture shock because I, again, lived in Minnesota at the time. So can you imagine? It's like negative 20 degrees where I live, but down in Houston. So like I packed all of my like big jackets and stuff because that's how I left my house. And then I get to Houston, like I don't need any of those. I was having a time of my life. Amount of things happen in the US, it's best to not live there. If you live somewhere in the US though. Yeah, I hate to tell you, I already live in the US. So you just gotta take what you can get. I remember when TXT was doing their Act Promise tour, I think it was after Atlanta, I don't remember the list, but they were in Texas and they were all tired and exhausted from the heat. And they were wearing long sleeves. Yeah, you gotta pack accordingly for sure. Like it snows in Chicago? I mean, well, yeah. Yeah, it snows in Chicago. Chicago's not that bad. It's not that bad. The only time it's really bad is because it's by the lake, that when it like rains and then it like the sun comes out after, it's like now you're just sweating. You're sweating and the air feels gross. That's like the only time I've ever seen it be horrible and bad. Tornadoes are a terrifying force in nature. I know. Tornadoes are scary. It's hot year round. I know. See, this is why. Texas, I don't know. I could only be okay with Texas in the winter. A K-drama K-pop fan? Yes. I'm trying not to yawn. Luckily for us, even if the rainy season already started, we're still happy because we're starting to celebrate Christmas here now. Oh, really? But it was funny because after every dance, they would just lay down on the stage, and all I could think of was my poor babies because they were touring in Texas when it was summer. Yeah, see, that's the other thing is you gotta really plan accordingly. Truly plan accordingly. That is kind of sad. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was still looking at where I can watch this movie. It says I can rent it on YouTube. Okay, well maybe I'll rent it on YouTube. It's free! Wait a minute. It's free. It's free. What if I start watching it right now? Wait, I'm so... Oh my god. Oh man. Team. What time is it? It's 10:37. Okay. This movie's an hour and a half long. Maybe I'll be live. I'll be live for I'm trying to watch it right now. Okay. That's what even in India, the moment it starts raining here, it rains like if someone's pouring a huge bucket of water. Oh man. And then it becomes hot. That is so true. In the Philippines, Christmas celebration starts from oh, so September. Really? You have a long Christmas? Hi. Which group's light stick is behind you? Oh, this is One Us. Everything here, this is my One Us shelf actually, so everything up here is One Us. Yep. What movie is it? I was zoned out on my Lego set when you were talking about it. Oh, it's Jawbreaker. So somebody asked earlier my favorite movie was, and I mentioned that I always say it's Jawbreaker. If I don't say it's The Hunger Games, I say it's Jawbreaker. Now, I don't know why. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Imagine I watch it and I'm like not a fan of it anymore. But I used to really like this movie when I was younger. And I watched it like 5 or 6 times, I don't remember. But I think the thing I liked the most about the movie was kind of the fact that it was set in like the late 90s. And I just love like the fashion. I love like I hate to say like the societal culture because I know that they were way meaner back in the 90s in high school than they were probably when I was in high school. It was probably really really rough, but I just like watching that dynamic. And so overall I always used to say it was one of my favorite movies, but because I haven't seen it in a long time, I want to rewatch it. And it was on YouTube for free. So like I'm about to rewatch it even if I stay up a little too late. That's my problem for later. 2 more hours? Oh my god, no. Luckiest K-pop stan? That's not true. No, no. Which group do you like more? Boy Next Door? I actually don't really know either of them. If I had to pick one, it'd be Boy Next Door because I've heard a few of their songs. But like, I don't really know either of them. What K-pop group do you stan? Or are you a multi-stan? I'm more of like I'm a One Us fan. Like the most. But I do stan a few other groups. But that's it. I still need to try and find the BTS Butter Funko Pops. I have Jungkook, RM, and Jin. So I'm trying to find all the members at Five Below. Wait, I didn't know they had those. I should look for them too. Just for fun. Just for fun, that's it. Ah. Okay, I'll do 10 more minutes of stream. And then I will end for the night. Okay. So I can go watch my movie. and then I'll give you a movie review tomorrow. Tomorrow? I think I can give you maybe. It doesn't seem that grim. I have a busy day tomorrow, but I should be able to stream. I'll give you a movie review and just tell you my thoughts and opinions on the movie, watching it like 10 years later. Because I haven't seen this movie in such a long time. Discord watch party when? Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my god, you know what happened to me? Tragedy struck my house. Well, just my room. Well, just me. Tragedy struck my life. So I got a PC. It's my sister's old PC because she has a new one. She gave me her old PC. Okay? Now, she didn't really even tell me anything that was wrong with it. But I was using the PC just fine last week. And then I turned it on, I think was it Friday night. And it turned on and then it turned off. And then wouldn't come back on. Now, the PC was on, but it just wasn't showing anything on my monitor. And so I'm like, what happened? So I'm searching Google. I'm like, Google, what's up? What happened to my PC? And I dwindled it down to the fact that I think the graphics card died. So I'm a little upset about that because I really wanted to play my games, bro. I'm a little sad because I don't really, to replace the graphics card is, first of all, it's expensive, and two, it's like I don't really know how to do that anyways. How am I gonna, but like I have to if I want to use the PC. So like, isn't it, is it an investment that I need to make? Probably. Do I want to make it? No. I could order them on Amazon, but that's just not fun when you have to hunt for them. Exactly. You get me. Did you know the first and the second K-pop idols met for the first time in an interview? What? Do you send Stray Kids? No. Did you set it to, did I set it to what? I actually don't know. I kind of just started using the PC as it was. And I've never looked into any of the processes or anything. So, I can't remember. Did you finish Super Mario Simulator? No! My arm slipped and I almost died. No, I didn't finish it, and I would love to finish it, but now I can't because I can't play the PC. Just buy a new one and give me the one. Okay, but if I could afford to buy a new one, I would just buy one. I would have just bought one in the first place. But I'm using an old, used, pre-owned, not sure pre-loved, but pre-used for sure, PC. And I can't even afford the graphics card. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I was so excited. I don't know. Me and technology, we're like this. Like, we don't get along at all. We're like this. Yeah. Give me that one when you get a new PC. Do I want a new PC? I mean, I have to get a whole brand new one. Why would I do that? I don't know. I have to think about it because honestly, having to get a new graphics card just by itself, I think it's already half the cost of just a new PC. So like it might be a better investment to get a new PC. But like, when am I gonna do that? Bruh. I gotta upgrade my tech too. I'm saying, I don't even know how. I'm too scared to take it to a computer shop because I feel like they're gonna treat it like a mechanic and then tell me everything else that's wrong with it and be like, you could add this and this and this. And I'm like, I just need you to replace the graphics card. Like, that's all. Like, you can leave the rest. How are you though? How's everything? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think I'm trying to like wind down from the very busy summer that I've had. Very busy, very overwhelming summer that I've had. And so I'm really just looking forward to like the fact that kind of in the coming months that I don't really have any big plans, you know. So it's really just time for me to rest. Thank God. Or like the plans I do have, they don't feel too stressful as like they did kind of over the summer. Yeah. Where are you from? I'm from the US. My favorite old movie is probably Parent Trap. That one's good too. That one's actually really good too. So, Nuna. How are you today? I'm good. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday. So, Nuna is so funny. Imagine he heard that. Imagine he heard someone saying, so Nuna, and he's like, what? It's almost October. I need to change my YouTube picture to a K-pop spooky picture. Oh yeah, it's still Xion, right? I should do that too. I should change my banner to like a, I don't know. We'll see. Have I what? Some R&R never hurt. Some what? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Speaking of Soho, let me spend my last few minutes giving you updates. Your your One Us updates, okay? Not that you need to know, but I'm gonna tell you anyways because I like sharing information about One Us. Rest and relaxation. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is so true. My picture, Sheehan gives vampire vibes. Yeah, he's already, like, that's already his concept. Okay, your One Us update of the day as of September 29th. I'm actually not the person to be giving an update because apparently they're, like, on the plane somewhere and I don't know where. So I can't tell you. Let me tell you what I know. Soho is on vacation from the military, question mark? Because he all of a sudden showed up to the RBW building. Okay. And the reason why this is weird is because he's supposedly stationed in Daegu. And Daegu is like 4 hours away from Seoul. And he's all of a sudden at the RBW building, which is in Seoul. So it's safe to assume he's on his vacation from the military. And so he did a live stream last night that I did not watch because I was in stage 3 of REM sleep. Okay. So he shows up there on his vacation. Soho. God, sorry. Soho's just on my mind. Lido and Shion show up to hang out with him because, you know, they missed him. They're all on the live stream. So I think he's on vacation. I don't know when it ends, but he's on his break. One Us they just announced their Europe tour. They're gonna go on tour in Europe starting December, like early December. And I think they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stops. I'm trying to remember the photo. 7 stops in Europe in December. So they're doing that. They're going to have their Japan concert in November. They were on the plane somewhere today. Maybe they were flying back. They were just in Taipei last week. So maybe they were there. No, they couldn't have been because Lido and Shion were. Okay, I'm a liar. I'm a huge liar. I don't know. Hwanung posted a photo, I guess, and he was like in a plane seat. Maybe it's an old photo. They could just be resting. I'm not sure. They are gonna do a festival. They're gonna do a festival, and We I is gonna be there too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't remember when that was, though. I think it's next week on the 5th. Yeah. Other than that, not much is happening. That's the updates. 서호 누나 너무 귀여워요. 감사합니다. 플레이보이처럼 보인다면 미안하지만 오늘 너무 귀여워요. 아, 괜찮아. 괜찮아. As Soho should be on your mind all the time. He's your bias. That's so true. That is so true. I don't know. I think these days it might just be because I'm bored. And so that's why I'm like just hyper fixated on Soho and One Us. But after like doing things that are not One Us related. So like last week I went to a concert of this rock band that I really like. Well, I'm a fan of. And I went. And I think just being in a space that just was not K-pop themed or anything at all. I hadn't thought about Soho or One Us all week. Okay? Like today was like the first day that I really was like, oh, this is what's happening and all this stuff. So I hate to say it because I'm also trying to do more things that are just outside of the K-pop realm in general. Just to, you know, expand my experiences and stuff. So like this upcoming weekend, I'm going to another concert of another band, like a rock band that I like. And after that, I have like this like local event that I'm doing. And just have no K-pop plans at all. So I feel like in the next coming months, I'm just not really going to be thinking about One Us in general. Because I don't really need to be. Like, they already went on tour in the US. I've seen them. I'm done seeing them for the foreseeable future. Like, you know what I mean? So, Like even though he is on my mind frequently, I feel like I'm just not gonna be thinking about him that much these days. Cause I'm not as bored like thinking about like not thinking about things. Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh my god, I think Soho's turning 30 next year. I know. I know. Bro, he already feels 30. Like he's 29, but he feels 30. So in my head, he's like kind of already just is 30. I don't like how for 5 years of being a K-pop fan, my mind was always ever wrapped around men that don't know I exist. I know. And it's kind of sad sometimes to think about. I think that's what the process, the mindset that I'm in is like, I really do be focusing too much on these people who like don't know anything about me. Like they don't know me at all, right? Borderline don't even know that I exist. And here I am just so preoccupied with things that they're doing. So I'm trying to grow out of that mindset and be like, I guess TMI is like how to be like a healthy fan. A healthy relationship with being a fan of my favorite group. So, yeah. TMI though, because if you told that to me like 6 months ago, I'd be like, you're crazy. 당신이 그 빨간 귀걸이, 귀걸이를 착용할 때 정말 좋아요. 너무 귀엽게 보이고 마음에 들어요. 귀여운 여성처럼 보이면서 엄마 같거나 성숙한 느낌이 들어. I kind of know what that says. I can read it. Because like TXT is all close to my age and my mind is just like, why aren't they my friends? Oh my god. You know what? One of these days I need to do a secret stream and like really just kind of like dive into that, because I kind of feel the same way. Oh, oh my god, thanks. No, I feel the same way. And then like I hurt, like, how do I say? I make myself feel bad. Like, I'm good at being delusional. I'll tell you that right now. I'm really good at being delusional. And so sometimes I do think that, but then I'm like, then I have to reel it back in and be like, we're going a little too far. Okay? We need to like come back into reality. They don't know who you are. Okay? They don't know anything about you. Like you'll never be, in a harsh way. Sometimes I have to be harsh to myself. I'm like, you'll never know them and they'll never know you. And then really kind of just bring myself back down. In another life, they're my friends. Yes. In some other universe, it's like I am friends with one of us. But in this lifetime, I'm not. So I need to get over it. I need to get over it and move on. You know what I mean? So I totally get you. And you get me. You understand me. So that's good. Okay, they'll know who you are if you constantly get video calls of them. Then they'll remember you better, but I'm not that lucky. You know what? Okay, this is also a hot take. It's kind of a hot take, but I don't really count video calls as like an idol knowing you, because it's like, obviously you see the same people all the time. You're going to know who they are, of course, right? And so it's, and also like I have this like, I wouldn't say it's jealousy. Sometimes it is. Sometimes I do get jealous. But other times it's like the same people get into fan calls all the time, like every single time. And it's like, how are you getting into all these fan calls? And then there's like people who like never get into fan calls, right? But then it's like these people who do get into fan calls all the time are the ones that go around and be like, oh, this, like my favorite idol knows me. And it's like, well, they see you every month. Like, what do you expect? If I'm seeing the same person every single month, I'm going to know who they are too, you know? And at the same time, like, these people are paying so much money to win these fan calls. It's like, you're paying money for them to know you. I don't really count that as like a genuine like, oh, they know me. Like they know you by what's the word? Not association, but like repetition, because they just see you so much. So like if they say hi and all this stuff, it's like, well, yeah, because you saw them last week in your video call. It's more just those people, I think. It's the ones that like they really try to run with the fact that like my idol knows me, but it's because they keep getting into fan calls and they keep seeing them all the time. As opposed to like the ones who maybe do get in all the time and like don't really say things like that. Like I don't mind. That's 미안해요. 저는 지금 대학에 가야 해서 더 이상 같이 갈 수 없어요. 네. I know being a healthy fan is hard. Like now, I'm still glued to every update and Hyphen have, especially Sonu. Can't help. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely addicting. It's just really, really important to just be aware of like your lines of like parasocialism, delusion, like reality, and like all this. Like it's really important to know like where you are in those aspects and try not to like cross too much into those categories. But you know what I'm trying to say? The more they meet you through calls, or maybe you see them during meet and greets constantly, they remember you. Yeah, true. I mean, they can remember you, I think, without, how should I say? I do think they could know you without ever acknowledging it too. But I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. Like there's ways that they could know who you are, but at the same time, it's like they're also idols, and this is also their job. So like it's crazy. I mean, I'm also saying this to myself because I feel like these are words I have to say to myself sometimes. It's crazy to think, that like how would we say? Like when you think about like, oh, we could be friends with them, it's like realistically, no. Even if they do know who you are and all this stuff, it's realistically like you probably could never be friends with them. But that's just how it goes, okay? They're like, we're the consumers of their jobs. They're doing their job. And they're doing their job well, I guess, if we're sitting here being like, oh, my BFFs. I mean, I would love to be BFFs with one of us, but like realistically, the chances of that happening are so slim. I could probably get struck by lightning first, then be friends with one of us, like, Then again, I don't have that much money. I only just got my job 3 weeks ago. Same. And then when I do have that much money, it's like I'm not thinking about spending it on a fan call. It's like I would buy something else than to spend it on a fan call. You know where I could travel to with that money that I would use to buy into a fan call or a fan sign? That's insane. Sorry, one us, you're just not that important. You are, but you're not. Some fans insult their idols for forgetting them, but it's the fans that are putting more meaning to seeing their idols. The idols probably feel appreciative and just think it's part of the job. That's true. No, that's the thing though. That's where the parasocialism comes in. It's like fans, they'll like take that, like their idols knowing them and acknowledging them, and they'll run with it. But the idol is like, oh, that's just my job though. I do that with everyone. Now you're creating this parasocial like relationship, and it's hard to like get out of those. It's sad because I know me and Bungie would instantly click as friends. I'm saying this is why I'm good at being delusional though. Because like if I was to be friends with one of us, I think I would get along the best with Kunhee. I think we would be BFFs. Maybe. We would be pretty close. Maybe not that close. We would get along. We would get along really well. I do think. Let me be delusional again. Okay, let me just go back to my delusion. I think me and Soho have really similar personalities that I think once he gets past being like shy and awkward, I think we would be really good friends. Because we would just see things kind of the same way. But in another life, right? In another life. Delusion check is a must. True. Especially when I see bad comments about my bias, I'm ready to throw hands. But I remind myself people have different opinions. That is so true. Traveling is something I need to do more of, honestly. You know what? Me too. Me too. Even though I do already, like, I want to travel more. I have a heart. Oh, God. I feel so bad for Vernon because he always gets the weird fan calls. I know. And then there's some idols who get just like they're. Some fans are so incredibly weird towards them. And it's like, man, can you imagine if somebody was saying that to them? They wouldn't like it either. And here they are saying it to like their idols. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, I need to stop yapping because I said I was going to stop yapping like 5 minutes ago. And here I am still yapping. I know we're getting into good yap sessions. But maybe we can continue tomorrow. We'll continue our spicy hot takes tomorrow. How about that? Anyways, so I'm going to end here for the night before I get too carried away with conversation, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will try to be back tomorrow. Like I said, I do have a busy day, but I'm going to try to stream anyways, because who cares? And I pray for him because he always have, oh, Jungkook, he always has stalkers coming to his house. That happens too. That does happen. Anyways, so I'll try to stream tomorrow. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think I'll stream tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are able to make it tomorrow, and hopefully I see you tomorrow. But if not, I will just see you in the stream after that. I'll just see you next time. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, or you are having a good day, or you had a good day, or you have a good day tomorrow. And I will see you all in the next stream. All right, bye everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Bye.